Ladies and gentlemen, with great power comes great respect. For this is a Fred the Alien Productions podcast.
Respect me.
Oh,
Respect.
the Green Goblin's coming.
I
I feel it.
I think he is.
Mind Goblin.
No.
No.
Cue the music.
I don't know what we're yelling about! We came, we saw, we kicked its ass!
Wait a minute. Wait a minute, Doc. Are you telling me you built a time machine? Kind of a DeLorean?
The way I see it, if you're gonna build a time machine into a car, why not do it some style?
Who is this? What's your operating number?
Boring conversation anyway.
Whoa, we're gonna have company! Loud noises!
Hello.
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 I'm a Kendall Richardson.
I'm a Fulya and
And I'm a freshly showered and shaved Michael Lister.
Hey.
Hey, you are now experiencing a podcast called Fred.
Yes, experiencing it through the mediums of internet. Will
Yes.
it last?
Oh my gosh.
I give it another 7 years.
Yes, because we'll all be dead then.
Holy crap, knock on wood.
touch on all the wood. But that's okay. We're here with a distraction for you from whatever is happening in the world. Welcome to the show. Let's start with our wonderful weekly watchings with the fantastic Fulya. Take it away. Hello.
I'm continuing my bandwagon of just watching anime. I'm watching nothing else. I don't know what it is. I'm just going through a phase of wanting to watch all the anime that I can. And so after finishing last week's anime, I jumped into an anime that I had already started watching because now there's a season 2 for it, and that's My Dress Up Darling. And it is a shoujo high school slice of life kind of a anime series. I did a rewatch of season 1 because it's been a while since I last watched the first season. And now that there's a second season, I managed to jump into the second season, although they haven't finished dubbing it in English. So I got to a point where I watched all the episodes that were dubbed in English in season 2. And now it's become I have to wait once a week now to get the English dub.
Yeah.
Even though there's the Japanese dub is like the Japanese version is already there. I can watch it if I wanted to, but I'm the type of person that my brain just doesn't pay attention. The subtitles, they talk really fast, and by the time I finish reading, they're on to the next part of this conversation.
Can't you read?
No. So yeah, now it's just gotten to a point where I'm just watching it once a week now, which I suppose is not too bad because a big chunk of season 2 is already up and ready to go to watch. So I think it's like half of it's already been done. So there's still like maybe like the other half to go. So it's not too bad. So I'm really enjoying My Dress Up Darling. It's funny. It's essentially these high schoolers where it's all about cosplay, but then they form a friendship, which potentially could turn into a relationship. We haven't gotten that far yet. But we can see that these two people like each other. They just haven't said anything to each other yet. But things have happened that get each other very embarrassed when it happens. So, and I will say it is rated MA 15+ because it is very sexualized. And I don't mean in terms of like there are scenes. There's not sex scenes. It's just a lot of sexual references.
Yeah.
A lot of boobas.
Well, there's a lot of flesh being shown considering the type of cosplays this particular character likes to dress up as. So yeah, and then the guy that's actually sewing it all together is a very introverted person who gets very embarrassed very easily. So 100% this kid's a virgin.
Not necessarily.
Well, I think so. But I think the overall message of this particular show is more along the lines of like acceptance of the person that you are and your personality and not having to worry about what other people think of you in that sort of sense. So I actually really enjoy that message behind this show, and it's just really funny as well. So I love the comedy that comes out of this particular series. So definitely worth the watch. But the other anime that I've jumped back into is because it's finally come to Crunchyroll. Finally. However, it's in the old school 4:3 ratio. And that's One Piece. Yeah! I'm back on the pirate ship. I'm back with the gang.
Straw Hats.
The Straw Hat Pirates. And yeah, I'm now at past episode 200. We are now at a certain point that we have dropped back down from the sky. I don't know if that's where you've gotten to, Lister, but...
no, I'm still in Alabasas and we're still fighting crocodiles.
Alabasta. Cool. All right. Well, that's all I'm going to say. So...
cease your talking. Whatever it's called. Cease your investigation. That's
Yes. So yeah, jump back into it. Or yeah. So if I want to, they do have the HD version on Crunchyroll, but it's not dubbed. It's subbed. So that's why I've kind of had no choice but to jump into the old ratio, screen ratio.
No choice.
I don't have a choice. I have to go with the 4.3 instead of the HD.
I said that I do both, don't I?
I've gone into square mode on my screen. But that's okay. It's totally fine. It's literally so that I can just watch through whatever I can. And it's still pretty funny, so I love it. And it's still with the original voice cast, so that's cool. But yeah, that's pretty much all I've been watching this week.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent. That's great. I love the fact that you're like, I'm finally back into One Piece and I'm still ahead of Michael.
Yep.
I
was on a hiatus for a long time and I still managed to be ahead. That's cool.
You just wait.
I thought you said you were going to be watching how many episodes a day? What was it, like 4 or 5?
As I said, as soon as my Crit Roll Campaign 2 is finished, then I'll be watching 5 a day.
There it is.
So he's going to catch up fast, Fulya.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. Amazing.
Then next week I'll find out that he's actually up to the part that I'm talking about. And
yeah.
No.
We'll find out. There's a whole arc ahead after Alabasta.
Oh, yeah.
So, and it's massive. So, just saying.
I think I wrote it down somewhere.
Yeah.
All the episodes to watch.
I was going to say, you've got at least 2 seasons before you can catch up to me.
Well, what was I up to? I think it was 120 something I'm up to.
Yeah, no, you're pretty far behind. So for now.
For now.
Yeah.
Just wait.
Yeah, exactly.
If I wasn't watching an episode that was like 4 hours long, you just wait. You can only watch one episode on a working day and 2 episodes on my days off. Rawr.
We'll see how far I get by the time you catch up. But anyway, that's it.
Watch it 2 by speed.
Amazing. Okay. Speaking of Mike watching stuff, Mike, what have you been watching?
Well, just to piggyback, tentative watching One Piece. I watched one episode this week.
Excellent.
And I just really enjoy the episode of them trying to stop a cannon from going off. And it was like, it was going to go off in 5 seconds, but it took the entire episode to stop it.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I love the in time aspect of the whole thing.
Yep. The in world time. Yep.
Yeah. So
like, holy crap! It's gonna go off soon. And they actually
soon. Oh my god! Soon. So soon.
End of the episode. It's still soon.
Hold on. We need an Usopp reaction shot.
Yep.
Yeah, it's great. It's so great. Yes, but yeah, I've been busy doing my Critical Role binge. I've downed another 10 episodes.
Wow.
So I do 10 episodes a week. So as soon
how long are these episodes though?
They vary up to 3 hours 45 or 4 hours ish.
And you get through 10 of those a week?
Yeah.
Jeez Louise.
As I said, if I wasn't watching this, I'd be watching One Piece. And I'll be up to date too. Or where to you are.
Yeah.
As I said, it would take me 6 months to finish the entire thing.
Mm.
Just wait till November. That's my little plan for next time. Before season 2 and 3.
Yeah.
Come out on Netflix. Yeah. So that's going good. They're now off their sea-bearing ships, and they're doing another thing. They're trying to find someone else. I think if I'm thinking them doing this in the anime show, I think this will be the end of season 2. So it's close to that bit. So that's it's been a lot of fun, and I have to laugh as well because not to jump ahead, but Travis Willingham's in Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's playing Thunderbolt Ross.
Yeah.
Which is great because he's actually doing the Ford voice that's in that's in Critical Role. It's so much fun. It's like I know that voice. That's been fun. What else? Well, this week I went to the cinemas.
Oh.
I had time to go to the cinema, and I went to see a movie that I've been wanting to see for over 2 years because the trying to get a distributor what has been hard, and I saw the remake of The Toxic Avenger.
Oh, nice.
It's fun and everything that I wanted. And is it a good film? Not really, but it was still fun. I would probably not recommend it for anyone here.
Oh,
because probably Kendall.
Okay.
I'm not too sure.
I was going to say because my partner wants to take me to see it, so.
Oh, okay. I think you get some enjoyment out of it.
All right.
Like sort of the stylized aspect as well, as well as during the week, me and the wife actually saw the original because that's on Tubi.
Yes.
For free, so you can watch it for free. Fulya, you can watch it for free.
I'm
you
good.
Watch it. No, you should watch it.
I'm good.
80s indie cinema, American indie cinema.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it's gross and disgusting, and I wouldn't recommend that either. because you know, when you're given the choice of doing whatever you want in it, it's like no. Sentimentalities are sort of changed. There's subject matter in that it's not quite good for today's modern audience, so I don't recommend that. They kill a dog. So basically,
Oh no.
the dog's fine. I mean, in real life, the dog's dead because this was 1984. So
Well, yes, true.
yeah, so.
True.
But I will say, I'm glad that I actually watched it because there were some actors who are in the original are actually in the remake as well for little glimpses and cameos and that, which was cool. And yeah, will this be getting a sequel? I probably doubt it, but it was fun nonetheless. A lot of gross out, ultra violent and disgusting, and I enjoyed every minute of it. And I forgot to bring what I got from the cinema, so bear with me.
Oh, is it was
Bit of
show and tell?
Mm.
Is it a popcorn bucket shaped like a toxic earthworm that
Who knows?
people want to do inappropriate things to?
It's not a popcorn bucket, but I did get a promotional material of a mask.
Ooh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. My son took a look at it and was like, wow, that's gross.
Yeah.
It's like, why has he got popcorn on his head? It's like, I think that's his brain. Yeah, so it's a bit of promotional material.
That's clever.
Yeah. So do you stand with Toxie, snap a picture, and tag us, spoiler free stance. I'm with Toxie, hashtag. Yeah.
Nice. That's so cool.
Yeah, so I'll keep that forever and I'll probably put it there.
Put it right behind you so Toxie's always with you.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Long live Toxie. Yeah. Yeah, it was a fun film. The way I see it is it's the opposite to Friday the 13th, where instead of the gross creature as the bad guy are the normal hot people that, especially in the first one, where it involves like very bad people in this world, and Toxic Avenger just takes the name, so that's good. Having said that, on the sort of horror aspect, me and the wife, my wife likes the monster show that's on Netflix. Like, she recently rewatched Dharma and the twins. I didn't want to watch that because meh. I'm not that big fan of like what do you call it? Real stuff.
Real like true. Do you mean true crime?
True
or
crime.
like
Yeah.
based on real stuff.
Yeah, I'm not that big fan of like true crime sort of stuff because I think it's a little bit like exploitative. For me, for my thing, I like made up shit. As you could see, it's made up. It's makeup, and the new series is going to come out soon. That's involved Ed Gilm.
Ed Gein, yes.
Ed Gein? Ed Gilm?
Gein? Oh, actually, I think it's pronounced Gein.
Yeah.
Yeah, anyway.
I don't know myself.
Yeah.
But I know the story of that because he actually is the inspiration of 3 separate movies. Well, 3 separate things. Mm-hmm. And I like the posters that they released that actually has little subtle hints of them. So the movies are Psycho and Texas Chainsaw Massacre and Silence of the Lambs.
Mm-hmm.
And me and the wife got talking, and she wants to see it, and we were talking. It's like, oh, have you seen them? It's like, no, I haven't. I've only seen like bits and pieces. It's like, we've got to see it because if we see it, then you see the inspiration, and it's fun. And I haven't seen these movies in ages either. So she was adamant that for years she said she didn't want to see Silence of the Lambs because she heard of it and she thought, it's freaky. I don't want to see. I don't want to see that. But it doesn't really make sense because when we first met, we were watching like Saw movies and all that stuff, and you can't handle Silence of the Lambs.
She has her tastes. She has her things. Yes,
but it's quite weird. On the choice, considering what you have as a starter. So we sat down and watched Silence of the Lambs last night. And that's a lot of fun because I haven't seen it in ages. And I really enjoyed watching someone who hasn't seen it, watching it. And you've seen it, Kendall.
Yeah, I've seen it a couple times. Yeah.
I doubt that you've seen it, Fulya.
I have not.
Okay. Even if you did, I would recommend it because it is very inspirational of what films have been like, very unsettling, but it's minimalistic at best. Like,
yeah.
People get uneasy just watching Anthony Hopkins just stare down the barrel of the camera.
Unbelievable.
It's great. It's so good. There's only one or two freaky, gory stuff, but it's not. Yeah, it's very atmospheric and psychological. Sort of stuff. There's not really a lot of like violence in it. Just mind games, cat and mouse sort of thing. Heads in jars.
Yeah.
That's it.
Heads in jars.
And don't give me that look.
I was going to say you're going the wrong way, Mike. You're not going. You're not. We're getting away from trying to get her to watch it.
Oh, come on! That head looks fake. It's a head in formaldehyde.
Even real.
It's real. I think we watched the uncut because I don't think I've actually watched the uncut because there was one thing that was horrendously graphic that I saw. It's when it's when how can I explain this without being too gross? When Clarice is walking down the walking a mile is walking to Hannibal Lecter, and you sort of meet sort of the inmates as well, and one particular one throws a substance at her.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen that before. Maybe I don't know. I know that he was like jerking it, but I don't think he threw it. I don't remember seeing him throw it. So that was sort of grossed out for me, and that was like all-time grossness that I've seen. So anyway, I'm not sure if I liked it or not.
No, that's fair. I'm just looking up on Google, like if it's the Criterion version, that's like the only kind of thing close to like an uncut or director's cut because they haven't officially released anything like that. So maybe you watch the Criterion version.
Maybe,
somehow.
But it was on Stan, so
yeah, okay.
There is opportunity for Leah to watch it if you still got Stan.
No, thank you. I'm good.
I think she's definitely in the no column on that one.
Okay. But I did, because my wife does a habit of actually looking at her phone while watching movies, and I had to really say, you should, for one particular scene, you should not have the phone near you. It's when Hannibal escapes.
Yeah, that's a great scene.
Yeah, that freaked her out. I was like, yes, that's the reaction that I wanted.
Did she like the movie overall though?
She did.
Good.
So
good.
I'm glad that I sort of pulled her away from the, I'm never going to see this. I was like, no, you got to see it. And then we should see Red Dragon, and then we should see the movie Hannibal, and then we should watch the Mads Mikkelsen TV
the
show.
Series is so. I think she'd like the series.
Yeah,
like it's
I haven't
kind
seen the
of,
series.
It's really good. It's really good. I watched it during COVID, and Mads Mikkelsen's amazing in it. Like, you can't really compare him to Anthony Hopkins.
Oh no.
They're both just in leagues of their own, I think, in terms of their take on the character. But it's unreal. Yeah. It's only 3 seasons, though. Sadly.
Yeah.
But,
I suppose if you should something like that, you should make it your own. Otherwise, you're just doing a pale thing about Anthony Hopkins, because we've seen the parodies of that, like so many years, because it's almost 40 years old. That so
35
so
years.
are we.
30, almost 35 years. Yeah, it was 1991. Yeah.
So
yeah,
and still impactful. Yes, and tonight when we finish here, we'll be watching Texas Chainsaw Massacre. We don't know. I don't know if we should watch the original or the remake, but I think I'll push more for the original.
Yeah, please push for the original. I actually haven't seen the original, and my partner and I've actually been talking about watching it as well. It's been on our list. But I've seen the remake. I saw that when it came out when I was in high school, and to this day it still terrifies me. Like it's a decent movie, the remake. It's not a bad slasher film. It's actually I think it holds up. I rewatched it like a few years ago, and it was still quite disturbing to watch. Yeah, but I really want to see the original because it's so iconic.
Yeah, we got both. And
yeah,
because I definitely enjoyed it in a way. So
nice.
Yeah, so we'll be watching that, and as soon as Psycho comes in the mail, we'll be watching that too.
Hell yeah, I love
that's the
this.
only one that I haven't got, which is weird.
Okay, have you seen Psycho?
Oh yeah, I've seen Psycho.
Yeah, great. Yeah,
and I've seen the shot for shot remake.
Oh, I don't know if I could bring myself to watch that.
Nah, once is enough for me. It's like, oh yeah, that's different, and that's different. All the rest is the same.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whatever.
Weird.
Yeah, because she's seen Bates Motel, like all of it, and so she knows the prequel. But spoiler for the final season or the final couple of episodes, they basically do a retelling of the Psycho story.
Yes, they do.
But they changed it a little.
Oh.
Yeah.
No, changes.
Yeah, I don't like it. I don't like change. Yeah. But we have seen Hitchcock in a way. So she sort of has seen it. But
right.
Not.
Because that's about him making Psycho, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, like I haven't seen that.
Like finding the story, filming it, production stuff, behind the scenes, and then Exception, which is kind of a roundabout way of a weird circle of Psycho being an inspiration for it's weird. Sorry, the Ed Gein of it, because they sort of touch on this like, oh, this is what the original Psycho was, and so therefore this was an inspiration for Psycho. But Anthony Hopkins is in it playing Alfred Hitchcock, which is also an inspiration when he plays Hannibal Lecter, and so on and so on. So it's all
snake eating its tail.
Cool. Yeah. It's like nice. Hollywood doesn't have any original ideas. That's why you should watch indie stuff like The Texas Avenger, even though that's a remake, so it doesn't really prove my point.
Whoops.
Fuck. Anyway, so that's what I've been watching.
Nice.
Yeah. What about you, Kendall? What have you been watching?
Not too much this week, unfortunately. I've been pretty busy. So I'll just keep the true crime thing sort of going, even though you were just talking about non-true crime that's based on true. Anyway,
true crime that's not based on true crime. True crime.
Yes, yeah.
It's true but false.
It's true but false. Yes. Schrodinger's crime.
Was it
anyway?
A crime? Did he kill that cat?
So I do love true crime. And I am very excited for the new season of Monster to come out, especially because Charlie Hunnam is playing Ed Gein, and He's a very good looking man, and I don't know how I'm gonna feel being scared by him, but it's gonna be fun. But from that true crime story to another, I started watching the Twisted Tale of Amanda Knox on Disney Plus. I don't know if you guys are aware. This is based on a true story that happened about 15 or so years ago, or nearly 20 years ago, even. I think it was like 2007, where an American girl, 20 years old, she's studying overseas in Italy, and then her roommate, who is also an international student from England, is murdered. And she gets accused, the American gets accused of killing her roommate by the Italian police, and she was later acquitted, but she did serve prison time for it. But the show is basically obviously just telling the story, because the real Amanda wrote a book about her experience and what happened to her, and then and now they've turned it into a show. And I just remember hearing about it years ago now, and just being kind of fascinated by it. And then there was a Netflix documentary about the whole thing that came out about 10 years ago that I watched as well back then. And it's really interesting. But I like the series so far. I've only seen the first couple episodes, but they've done one of the best like interrogation scenes I've ever seen put to film, I think, because I was watching it, and my partner's gaming in the lounge room. He's on his computer, and so I'm in the bedroom with the TV, and I'm like so absorbed by this scene and the way they filmed it. He comes in, he genuinely scared the shit out of me because I was so engrossed and so unsettled by what I was watching, because basically the Italian authorities kind of gaslit her into confessing that she, not that she killed, so I should put it correctly, she wasn't exactly accused of killing. She was accused of kind of orchestrating the murder, and she was kind of coerced into naming an innocent person into the as the murderer, but none of it's true. And this interrogation scene just really broke that down of like, they had her in this room for like hours, and they're just wearing her down. There's good cop, bad cop going on. There's like 6 or 7 detectives in the room, and they're all talking to her, and she's tired and stressed, and she's a bit like, there's something about Amanda that they kind of play up in the show, that she might have like ADHD or something. They don't explicitly say, but they just say that she's a bit weird and a bit quirky, because she reacts weirdly to her housemate's death, and everyone, and that's when the police are like, she shouldn't be reacting this way, because she's not bawling her eyes out like everybody else. And like, okay, well, they think that's weird. I'm like, well, that's, she'd only been in Italy for 5 weeks. She only knew this person for 5 weeks, so it's not like she lost, her best friend. But anyway, and so she's kind of reacting weird, and then it's just, the way it just, all the voices were around, and it was just, fucking knocked me out. So I really liked it, and I'm excited to keep watching this. And I liked it so much because I was just trying to remember how it all kind of unfolded, because like I said, it's been 10 years since I watched this doco about the story. So I ended up watching I need to finish it, but I watched, Amanda's been doing press for the show, because she's a producer on the show, and so is Monica Lewinsky, actually, which I thought was really cool. And she was on Dax Shepard's podcast, Armchair Expert, and they're like going into like the details, and she's because it's such a traumatic experience that happened to this young girl. She's basically our age. She's like a year or two older than us. Basically, she can recount it like bit for bit exactly how it happened, and she's talking, and I've just watched these episodes, and then she's talking like she's saying exactly what I've just watched, and it's just like, it's insane, the fact that she's been able to recall everything that's happened to her. And she speaks so well, and she does stand up now, because that's how she's processing her trauma. She's going out on stage, telling jokes and doing funny Italian accents, impersonating all the the people that tried to look her up and stuff. But yeah, it's wild. It's a wild story, and it's a really interesting show, and I'm excited to see. Most of it's in subtitles, though, because it's all set in Italy. And like Amanda's like, you know, the only English speaking character in the show. And the poor girl, that's because that's the other thing. There's a language barrier. So she can speak a little bit of Italian, but it's like broken Italian, so she doesn't understand everything that's being said. So that also plays into how she misinterpreted things, or maybe isn't grieving the right way because she doesn't know exactly what's going on. And yeah, it's fascinating. And Sharon Horgan plays her mum, and I like Sharon Horgan a lot. But she's playing an American in this, and I'm like, I don't know if I buy her accent, but that's fine. She has a very strong Irish accent, so I don't know if that's coming through. But anyway, I like her. She's cool. But yeah, it's good. If you like true crime shows like me, I recommend it. The next thing I watched, from true crime to fake crime, actual fake crime, my partner had wanted to show me, and he'd been in the mood for it for some random reason, because why not? Die Hard with a Vengeance, aka Die Hard 3. I'd never seen it. This is the one with Jeremy Irons and Samuel L. Jackson. It came out 30 years ago this year, actually, so it's in its anniversary year, which is fun. And it's good. It's actually a pretty great film. It's directed by John McTiernan, who did the first Die Hard movie as well. And yeah, it's set in New York, and Jeremy Irons is leading them on a wild goose chase, but then, you know, it's all just a distraction so he can get to the real gold, literal gold, at the heart of the story that he's breaking into a bank. Yeah, it's really good. I don't know if I should give away the big twist, because there is a big twist in this movie, but it's been 30 years. Because I'll just give it away. It's fine. Yeah, you had 30 years to watch it. Jeremy Irons' character is actually Hans Gruber's brother. So he plays Alan Rickman's brother in this movie, younger brother. So basically, he's got it out for John McClane because John McClane killed Hans. Yeah, at the end of the first Die Hard. Spoilers for a nearly 40-year-old movie. Oh my god, that everybody's seen. Yeah, but no, it was cool. It was really cool. Jeremy Irons is a great bad guy, and I kind of love this buddy cop vibe that Bruce Willis and Samuel L. Jackson had going. Like, Samuel L. Jackson just plays this like good Samaritan dude who steps in to save John McClane from this really awful situation he's put in, and then he just ends up kind of getting roped into the whole story, because then Jeremy Irons' character's just like, nah, bring him along. He's gotten himself, he's interfered. He gets to stick around now and possibly die. So yeah, but it was a lot of fun. It was a good popcorn movie, good action movie, and he says "yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker" at the end. I mean, what more could you want?
More of that.
Yes, more of that. And the last thing I'll mention that I watched, because I'm getting excited about it again, is Alien Earth, new episode this week.
I'm still up to episode 1.
Okay, I won't spoil it.
That'd be bad. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's okay. I haven't had a chance to watch Peacemaker this week, so I know. I'm literally I know, Fulya. I know. I'm just bad, Kendall. I haven't had time. I think the first opportunity I'm gonna have to watch Peacemaker is after the podcast tonight, actually. So I'll be doing that. Anyway, Alien Earth. Yeah, I'm really liking where it's going. They're setting up some really kind of, some of them are obvious betrayals. I can see these betrayals coming. Mike will find out what characters I'm talking about when he gets there. But then they're also
need to watch the first one again, because
it's been a couple weeks. Yeah, it's fair. But then there's also some really fascinating concepts in terms of what they're doing with the main character in the show and her connection to the xenomorphs. Very cool. And yeah, just sort of, I'm just loving Timothy Oliphant playing this rigid, uptight cyborg who's just you know, trying to do his job, and then his boss is like a 25-year-old trillionaire who doesn't give a fuck what he thinks. So they're clashing a bit, and that's going to set up some fun times, I think. But yeah, it's really cool, and it's just I really like how it's visually done because it's evoking the aesthetic of the original films from the 70s and 80s, but then it's also doing its own sort of thing. And it's kind of like some people might say it's a bit overdone or artsy fartsy, over the top, whatever. But I think it's really interesting. Like these weird, there's a lot of superimposing, those like transition shots where they fade from one to the other and you can see both images in the same shot. Like they're doing a lot of that. But they do it also when a character's talking about something, they'll bring that thing in a fade sort of way, and you see both things at once, and then it'll fade out of focus and go away, and you're like, ooh. It's not like they're trying to like dumb it down for the audience. But like, see, remember what we were talking about here? It's this. No, I think it's it's not that. It's just an artistic choice of, I don't know, just. I know it's all very ominous. The show's very ominous as well. Like but all the Alien movies have this ominous vibe to them anyway, because people are gonna die. It's gonna end bad from the get go. For some characters anyway, maybe not all characters, but yeah. And then just the concept of these hybrids. This isn't a spoiler for Mike because he saw the first episode, even though he doesn't remember much of it. But they've put the consciousness of these kids into these hybrid bodies, and the hybrid bodies are adult in form. Wait, what? You watched that?
What?
That was in episode 1. I'm not spoiling anything. Anyway, but that's really fun because it's like you have childlike minds in these bodies, and the hybrid bodies can do, like, they're like superhuman. They can run fast, jump long distances. They're strong. They can fight. And they can, and they can be intelligent. They can download information and learn that way, like a robot or a computer would.
I know karate.
Yeah, a little bit. but then they have the naivete of kids, and that innocence of kids, and they're named after the Lost Boys from Peter Pan, and it's just, I'm loving what they're doing with it. So I'm really excited to see where it goes. Yeah. We're halfway through the season now. It's only 8 episodes, and they just dropped episode 4 this week. So halfway there.
I better catch up.
You better catch up. You better catch up. But yeah, that's all I've watched. Legit. 3 things. So let's move on to the news that is nerdy.
This is the news, the nerdy news. The nerds that talk about the nerdy news. That is us who talk about the news that is nerdy. And now the queen of nerdydom, the hostess with mostest, Kendall Richardson. Take it away, Kendall.
All right. We don't have a lot of news this week, actually. Just one thing to touch on and talk about because it concerns something that I think all of us are interested in, and that is Mortal Kombat 2. We just had a trailer for this, or a couple of trailers technically, like a month ago. And they've now decided to push the movie. So it's not coming out in October anymore, which sucks. It's been moved to... in America, the 15th of May, and in Australia, the day before, the 14th, next year. So we're going to have to wait a lot longer to see Carl Urban play Johnny Cage. The reason that is apparently... I know, I'm sad too, Mike. The reason behind this, apparently, though, is not a bad reason. They're saying it's based on the response of the trailer. The fact that so many people... love the trailer. It got a lot of views. People are hyped. They were like, let's move it to a summer date, because that's like the beginning of the summer movie blockbuster season over in America. So if we put it here, it's going to get a bigger, better audience, and it'll perform better, they think. So that's basically why. the movie's shifted. So, sure, I guess it kind of makes me go, well, you clearly didn't believe in the product before that trailer came out, did you? If you were going to just dump it in October and move on. Like, it's just interesting that they're like, oh, we underestimated what we have here. Let's move it and give it a chance. It's very interesting. You don't really see that done a lot from studios. Usually movies get moved because of obvious production delays and reshoots, or because they're going up against something like an Avengers movie or something like that. But because there's no Avengers movie coming out next year now, well, I think at the end of next year, but at least not in the summer period, and this is gonna come out before Spider-Man does, so there's not really a lot of big things going up against it. Maybe Supergirl. I can't remember if that's when. I think that might be July as well, because Spider-Man's July. But anyway, hopefully it pays off, because we've waited 5 years for the sequel, and now it's going to be 6. So hopefully it'll be worth it. Fulya, what do you think about this delay?
I don't like the reasoning for them having to push it. Honestly, like,
yeah,
if you feel like it's gonna do well, just leave it and let it do well. People are excited to go see it, and if everybody's really hyped to see this movie, then you're gonna see it in the numbers. You're gonna see it in the numbers. Doesn't matter what time of year you put it in. If it's going to do well, people will go see it. They're going to put their money where their mouth is, essentially. Mm-hmm. So I don't understand why they need to push it back just because they think it'll do better in a different season. Like, movies will do well no matter what time of year it is. It just depends on who, and it just depends on the audience. It really depends on the audience. I would have understood more if it was because of, like you said, Kendall, like there were reshoots, or if, they're having production issues or what have you. But the fact that they think that they're going, like, that's the thing, right? They're only basing it in the Northern Hemisphere time of year when they say the summertime. That's not going to be applicable for us here in Australia. Yeah. So it may not do well here in Australia because of the time of the year, if that's what they're deciding.
Maybe. Yeah,
that's what's going to happen. So, like, October would have been perfect. It's also close to Halloween. Like, it's not a scary movie, but it's definitely up there for, very gory movies. So it still works. Yeah, I don't know. I wish they trusted in the movie and in their audience to go see it and just left it alone.
Nah.
And now we have to wait even longer to see this. And now people are probably going to be upset that they're going to have to wait longer to see this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway. Yeah, no good. Mike, what are you thinking about this? Now you have to push your date night back to May.
Well, yeah, my wife was upset.
Yeah.
she's more eager to watch it than me. I'm just going to watch it to just enjoy myself, because I don't know the lore that much. I think it is a bit of a silly idea, considering people don't the company, like film production companies are saying, we don't really have much faith in this. We'll just chuck it in January, in the bullshit things, like everything's closed up shop and everything, like. But it turns out that way of thinking is sort of is naive now. That a lot of things, it's like, oh, how does this happen? And then, oh, it got to be the summer blockbuster. It's like, well, previous years is like not really many people want to go out and watch something like that. and considering I was actually having a look of what was coming out in May, and the only thing like fairly big is the Mandalorian Grogu movie, and it will be up against that maybe on the same week. Yeah, I don't know if it's a good idea or not, but then that means we'll be getting another set of trailers before that. So
Very true.
what's going to be in that when everyone was very eager to watch it for the first trailer? It's like, how can you top that? I have no idea. It could shoot them in the foot, but people are eager to see that. It's like, oh, okay, so we're gonna have to wait until May. Okay, yet another reason to live to 2026. I guess it's another year. And then when it's the 30, and then we'll drop off as a human race. Anyway. So when is this coming out, Kendall?
Yes, May 14th. So
it's gonna be May.
It'll be.
I'm a millennial.
It's a late birthday present for me now, I guess.
A very late present for me too.
Early for me.
Or belated, because it will be
yes.
one way around.
One way around.
Other way
Yes.
around.
Yes.
Time
I only
goes that way,
mentioned
doesn't it?
I only mentioned the birthday thing because it's like 6 days before my birthday. I mean, after my birthday. It's close.
Before.
Close together. After.
After.
That's the nerdy news. That's the
Hint,
nerdy
hint.
news.
Buy me a present.
No, God no. God no. No. Please don't.
Buy me something.
No. Buy me your silence. Trailer park time. Let's roll on up to the trailer park.
Oh no, he's not playing the trailer park.
Well played, sir. Well played. Touche.
Yeah, it's playing now.
Rolling up to the trailer park where we all park all the trailers. Yeehaw.
All right.
I did
Let's
play
try-
it this time.
Yeah. Amazing. Trailer park. We've got a few to talk about this week. Starting with the second trailer for the new Yorgos Lanthimos film, Begonia. We talked about the teaser trailer for this when it came out a month or so ago. And you know, I really liked it, but I think on the whole, we were like, want to see more, want to know more what's going on, potentially. And here we get a little bit more of sort of the idea of the movie. I really hope Emma Stone's character is actually an alien. I hope that's the ending.
Seems like that's where it's leading.
Yeah, but that might be too obvious. I don't know.
It'll be the last 2 minutes.
Yeah, literally. It'll be just like the final shot will just reveal it, and then it'll still be like a question mark of like,
Yeah,
and then
they go to jail, and then she's like she's in the ambulance, and it's like okay, can I go home now? Sure, and then beam me up.
yeah, absolutely. I really want it. But either way, I'm definitely watching this. This trailer sold me further on the film. Especially on Emma and Jesse Plemons, their performances here look fantastic. Just this looks like a two-hander. You know, the two of them are at the forefront here, and they, you know, she's been kidnapped by him and his mate, and because you know, and then they shaved off all her hair and like covered her in this like white paste stuff, and I'm just like, holy shit. And she's not really losing her mind. She's just kind of like, but I kind of put that down to her just being like, you know, as she says, like, I'm a notable, you know, corporate CEO person, you know, they're gonna find me, they're gonna, like, I think she's got some arrogance to her, some ego that's just keeping her together and not freaking out. But who knows? There's probably scenes of her freaking out in the movie. I mean, I'd be freaked out if I woke up and someone shaved all my hair off. I don't know. Or that could be a sign that she's
very
an alien.
calm about it.
Yeah, or it could be a sign that she's an alien and she doesn't care. You know, it's not a real hair.
You look
but
out
no.
of this world.
Yeah. But the idea that this film is sort of like a hostage situation is very interesting. And there could be a lot of commentary in here potentially on, you know, the 1% and corporations and blah blah blah. But it also could just be a movie where it's just as basic as, no, we just think she's an alien and we're certain, you know, certain she is. So I'm excited to check this out just to see what unfolds in this story. It looks great. And just, you know, I don't really go for trailers that use popular music, but I love Chapel Roan, so I'm here for the music in the trailer here. That's for sure. Yes.
Just so it's in my mind, because I might forget. I did like the fact that they used it as a misdirect, like for the trailer. You're thinking it's one thing, but then whoosh, it turns into something else.
Yeah. They used it in a really interesting way. Yeah, to actually, instead of being like, you know, hey, it's the new blockbuster of this franchise with this popular song. It's no, it's here's this.
This summer, Emma Stone is a CEO, and all of a sudden, conspiracy theory, she's an alien.
Yeah.
Bees, not the bees.
Yes. Yeah. What the fuck's with the bees? Anyway, it's
not the bees.
Not the bees. I can't wait to watch this. This looks great. Fulya, I'm curious for your thoughts. Now that you've seen a little bit more, what do you make of this one?
Nah.
No, not even a sentence. Just no.
No. I don't see myself watching this movie, unfortunately. Just it's not something that it doesn't really fascinate me in any way. So I'm just not really curious. So I'm good.
That's fine. That's totally fine. Mike, what about you?
It's definitely made me more intrigued. And yeah, just the spitballing that we've been having is like, is she really an alien? It got me thinking. This is probably going to be more string of movies that is happening, that we're dealing with people who are believing in conspiracy theories, because it's reflecting of real life, really. Like, there are a lot of people who are pretty much on another plane of existence when it comes to, like, denying reality, and they're substituting their own reality. And yeah, it's freaky, it's weird, it's gross. I like it. It's dark comedy, and maybe they're right. Maybe they're the real heroes. Who knows until we see it. And I did like the previous Emma Stone adventure as well for Pretty Things. What's it called?
Poor Things.
Poor Things. All the poor things. There we go. Yeah, and this definitely has me intrigued. I might. Yeah, but knowing me, it'll probably be I'll probably decide on the time of day, which will be
soon-ish. It's coming out on the 30th of October.
Oh, I might be watching this instead of Mortal Kombat 2.
Yeah,
that makes sense now.
Yes, they moved out of Begonia's way. That's what happened.
Yeah, everyone's going to see some weird shit.
Some really weird.
Speaking of which, sorry to put a tangent in here, but while I was watching Toxic Avenger, they had a trailer for the 40th anniversary of of Back to the Future
Yeah,
in the cinema.
it's coming back.
Yes, please.
Yes. Yes, that's good to know that it's actually releasing in Australian theaters then, because I saw the trailer at home, and my partner's favorite movie is Back to the Future. So,
Basic. I'm the same. I can't.
and we were like, oh, hopefully it's coming out here. So if they're playing a trailer for it in an Australian cinema in Bendigo, then it's coming out here.
Don't dox me.
Sorry. Strike that.
No,
Reverse it.
I live in Alice Springs.
Yes, in the country.
In the country.
In the country. Yes. Sorry, my bad.
own principality.
Yes, yes, yes.
And I'm the prince.
And you're the prince. Yes. Exciting. Exciting. All right. Let's move on to our second trailer. This is I feel like I should say this is the one I'm most excited for out of all of the trailers. Partially because Paul Mescal's in this. But it's mostly because this is the story of William Shakespeare and his wife, and the tragedy of losing their son, who was named Hamnet, and is the basis for the story of the play Hamlet, which, as the trailer states, is arguably Shakespeare's greatest play that he wrote. I don't think I'm educated enough to declare that, so that's why I'm like, arguably it is. A lot of people say it is. Yeah. I've seen, there was a movie that came out a few years ago called All Is True with Kenneth Branagh and Judi Dench playing Shakespeare and Shakespeare's wife. That was very good. A very intimate sort of film, quiet and reserved, and not, it kind of went under the radar because of that. But it was like, Shakespeare in his later years, reflecting on his life and his works, and his son, he's the son that he lost is mentioned, of course, and there's this whole thing. So I'm excited to kind of see it told from the point of them getting together, them conceiving the child, and then going through the just what that does to a person creatively, and how Hamlet is then brought out into the world. And I feel like this is going to make me cry as well. Because I was getting emotional just watching the way they're cutting back and forth between the real thing. Like, Jessie Buckley is playing his wife, and she's an amazing actress. Like, I've seen her in a bunch of stuff, and she's so damn good. Her face in this trailer was just breaking me alone. But just the way they like juxtaposed the real life tale with the fictional stage play, and it's just, I feel like that's just going to really hit home in a strong way. So I'm really looking forward to this. Plus, it's directed by Chloe Zhao, who is an Academy Award winning director for Nomadland. I wasn't going to mention Eternals, but she directed Eternals, so there's a Marvel reference for you. Yeah, I can't wait to watch this. This is right up my alley. Fulya, what did you make of the trailer for Hamnet?
I honestly wasn't sure what was happening. I didn't know about the story of Shakespeare and his wife when they lost their child. I'm not very well versed in literature. Let's just put it that way. But I know of the play Hamlet, and I wasn't sure why this one was named Hamnet, and now I understand.
Yes.
It looks really cool. Definitely looks like something that's really going to pull on your heartstrings. So it's going to be an emotional roller coaster for sure. Very easily. And yeah, just I love the idea of being able to see a play being performed in, you know, the Shakespeare Globe, kind of that staging area that is very famous for putting on plays. Yeah, I'm not quite sure what else to really say about this movie. I'm not 100% sure I'd be going out of my way to watch it. Like, it looks like it's going to be a really emotional story. But that's probably all I got from it, really.
That's
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
That's fine. That's fine. Thank you. Mike, what about you? I'm sure this is definitely pulling at your heartstrings in particular. What did you make of this trailer?
Yeah, I know of the story because I'm a classically trained actor, so I have to learn the bard. And because when you're studying Shakespeare, you have to learn history as well of when it was written and just a brief summary of what was going on, and especially with Hamnet and Hamlet as well, because it was during, spoiler, it's over 500 years. You should have known. It's like Die Hard. You should know your history. It was during the plague as well. So it was sort of that, and it definitely resonates for people nowadays, considering we went through our own plague, and people died during that. So I will say there's actually there's actually a sitcom that came out like a couple of years ago called Upstart Crow, written by Ben Elton, that is sort of it's a take of Shakespeare, and him like trying to write within the times, and it's very you know, if you're a big fan of Blackadder, it definitely has that sort of taste of satirical, as well as being really funny at the same time, of history jokes, as well as, if you know your Shakespeare, you will get some of the jokes as well. And they do like a special episode that, because it was also through COVID as well. They actually do like a COVID sort of episode where they do parallel things with like mask wearing and being 3 feet away from each other and all that stuff. And and the big kick in the teeth is at the end of the episode that they find out their son died. Yeah, so it isn't really no. Yeah, it is a bit of a tearjerker. It's going to be. Will I watch it? Probably not in the cinema, but I don't know. If we were to do a Shakespeare marathon, you put like Shakespeare in Love. I don't know why, but that's not history. And it's a fascinating. It would be a fascinating sort of take, but I don't want to think about. No, I don't want it. Leave it alone. But or two for people who want to watch this. And when will that be?
Yes, well, we've got to wait a tiny bit to see Hamnet. It's coming out next year on the 15th of January. And fun fact, I just remembered because I wanted to mention it. Shakespeare's wife, her name was actually Anne Hathaway, which is I've always found kind of amusing.
Who's that name?
As if that was a name back then.
No, correct. It was.
Wow.
Anne.
Yeah.
No.
Anne Hathaway. Yeah.
Hathaway.
Hathaway. It must be an old English name. Yeah.
Must be.
Yeah. Yeah. Crazy. She was old. She was older than Shakespeare as well, apparently. So. Yeah. Yeah. Just reading up about it because I'm like, what was her name? It was racking me. I'm like, oh yeah, that's right, Anne Hathaway. How could I forget? How could I forget? All right, next trailer. This is a Bradley Cooper film. And it's called "Is This Thing On?" I'm definitely watching this as well. 3 for 3 so far for me. Yeah, Will Arnett is, obviously, someone that we all appreciate on this podcast. And not often does he get to kind of step into a dramatic role. He's obviously a very funny actor, very gifted at comedy. And here he's playing a stand-up, or a guy at least trying to make it as a stand-up, and but he's got some things going on in his real life that are, not so good. I mean, he's divorcing Laura Dern, so that's, rip to you, good sir. It's just it looks really, really good. I mean, I'm really liking Bradley Cooper as a director. This is his third feature. And he just has a gorgeous visual style, I think, that comes across really lovely to see. Just, these really nice kind of close-up shots of the performers. It's just, I don't know, it's just something poignant and moving about it. And he's also in the movie, of course. So I was like, where is he? Where is he? And there he was. I was like, hey, there he is. Yeah, no, it looks good. It looks good. Like I'm excited to see Will Arnett in a different sort of role. And just I enjoyed the little scene with his parents and how they were sort of arguing and like how authentic that kind of sounded. Typical middle-aged parents, older, getting older parents. And then I love Laura Dern. She's great. Like, who doesn't love Laura Dern? She's excellent in everything she's ever done.
My wife, for some reason.
Oh, really?
I don't know why. She says, "Oh, she's so boring. I don't like her." It's like,
what?
That's because you've only seen her in I Am Sam and The Founder, and she's meant to be playing those sort of characters.
Yeah. Has she not seen Jurassic Park?
I keep on saying that. No.
Okay. She hasn't seen Jurassic Park. She hasn't. Sure. Okay. I feel like she would like Marriage Story. So, and Laura is great in that. I mean, that's her Oscar-winning role.
I want to watch that on Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day. Let's watch a divorce movie.
Wow. That says I love you, then Marriage Story.
Yeah, happy 10-year anniversary.
Yeah. We watch Marriage Story and that
Kramer versus Kramer.
And Kramer versus Kramer. And the Daniel Sloss stand up where he gets everyone to divorce.
Yeah. Jesus. Anyway, I'm looking forward to this movie. I just hope that it's, I mean, I probably need to give Funny People another watch. I tried watching Funny People years ago. Obviously, that's, a similar sort of concept where you've got these comedians and Adam Sandler plays this, like, legendary stand-up in this film, and he's going through depression and mental health issues, and it's a very heavy film, and it wasn't what I expected at the time, but I feel like I was just too young and naive to appreciate the story, and I feel like if I tried to watch it now, it might be better. So maybe this might get me interested to check that out again, to give that another go, because here's it's a similar sort of vibe, I think. But yeah. Anywho's, that's my thoughts. Fulia, what did you think about Is This Thing On? Is it on for you? What do you think?
I think like this is a little bit more intriguing. The fact that it's just this guy that decided to go and do a bit of stand-up just out of the blue. At least that's the vibe I got from the trailer. It doesn't seem like he's an actual comedian going in to do his it sounded like that he went in and he's doing like an amateur night, an amateur mic night kind of a situation. And then he's telling the story about his divorce. I'm like, okay, cool. You're not really giving off funny vibes when you're telling this story, but then you sort of hear the audience kind of laughing a little bit. So he must be doing something right if it's working for him. Man, like, I want to watch this, but something's holding me back from wanting to go and watch that because it seems like it's going to be kind of heavy. And I don't know what it is. Like, I have seen Marriage Story. Yes, that is also very heavy. And I've also seen Bradley Cooper's other movie, Star is Born. That's also very heavy. Is more of a romance drama, and then this one's a comedy drama. So, like, I don't mind a drama, but sometimes when they're dealing with a lot of heavy topics, it doesn't really feel entertaining anymore. Just kind of drags you down a bit in terms of your mood. And that's not why I watch movies. I watch movies to be entertained and feel good. I don't know if I'll feel good after this one. I don't know. This one's more of a maybe for me at the moment. I'm still not sure that I'm convinced to go and see it.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. Okay. No worries. No worries. Mike, what did you make of this one? I'm curious.
First of all, is that the horse from BoJack Horseman?
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about this one. It definitely had the sort of funny feel vibes of a comedian, like going through the motions of his life and not really portraying that in his artistry. And it definitely feels like that Will Arnett's role was written with Bradley Cooper in mind, in a way. If Bradley Cooper couldn't find anyone, he would be playing this character. And I suppose, not to be cynical, but I think after Maestro didn't get the Oscar that he wanted.
Yeah.
I think
Came
he's going,
close.
yeah, he was close, but I was thinking, it's like, you know what, he's probably going to go, you know what, I'm just going to go back, revalue my thing. Let's do something that's a little bit more easy to do. Like with the Maestro, it was very stylized. It was very like trying to be Oscar worthy, but so I think he's just doing something a bit more small. And I would probably watch this, but yeah, I don't know. I'll probably need another trailer to work it out. But I do like the people in it. It's I do like Will Arnett and Laura Dern and Bradley Cooper having a little cameo role in it as well. So that makes sense. Yeah, I don't know about this one because trying to juggle like creative like performance art with like your with your relationship, it's something that I have struggled with myself, like trying to do something creative, but you also have a family to do. It's a tough balancing act, and yeah, it's. I think it's okay. I think it's okay, but I don't know. I'm a big I don't know. Yeah, I probably need another trailer to clinch it for me, but I don't know. But I do like Bradley Cooper, and I did like A Star Is Born, and I haven't seen Maestro. Too arty for me. I like it when it's like very very easy and middle of the road, and it's all to do with people like going through the motions. So I might give it a go, but I don't know. And when would that be, Kendall?
Well, there isn't an Australian date actually at the moment, but in the States it'll be released on the 19th of December, so probably around then. We shall see. All right, one more trailer, last trailer. Switching things up completely. This is The Woman in Cabin 10. It's a good old mindfuckery thriller with a whodunit at the center. But did the murder actually take place? Who knows? I'm really interested in this. So I'm 4 for 4. I'm watching all of these movies.
Back to back.
Because I'm just easy. I'm an easy mark. No, Keira Knightley. I mean, come on, she's just awesome. She's had a really good run of films the last few years. I mean, she's always generally done well in picking and choosing what she does. But I feel like lately she's picked some really cool projects. So yeah, cool to see her at the center of a sort of a whodunit on a boat. And it was kind of like, oh, this is like Agatha Christie except dark and twisted. So that's kind of interesting. And yeah, Guy Pearce is also in this. So I feel like he's playing sort of the owner of the boat or the party that's happening. Hannah Waddingham's also in this, and she's excellent. So yeah, the cast is great, and yeah, just the concept of did like she reckons she saw a body in the water. She reckons there was a woman in the cabin next door, and everyone's telling her no. But I really kind of liked how the trailer at the beginning, when Kira's character comes on the boat, and then Guy Pearce is all like, she's here to spy on us because she's a journalist and blah blah blah, and I'm like, immediately I'm like, okay, all right, my blinkers are on. I'm just like, something's gonna happen. And then when they're all like, no, there's no one was in the room next to you. No, you didn't see a body. And I'm like, oh, okay, they're fucking with her to, because she's a journalist, she's an outsider, maybe. But then by the end of the trailer, you're like, oh, okay, they want to set her up or kill her or keep her in the dark about what actually happened, because she wasn't supposed to find out. Maybe, I don't know, but it's interesting. It's intriguing. It looks really dark and sinister, and yeah, ticking boxes for me. What about you, Fulya?
You would think that this would definitely probably get me in. It's a lot darker than I would have expected it to be. It does pique my interest a little bit. Just purely on the whole mystery side of it. And just, the whole idea that everybody's conspiring against this one person. I think this is probably just that little bit more for me in terms of wanting to watch it compared to the rest of the trailers that we've seen. And I love Keira Knightley. Like, I've seen a lot of things that she's been in, and she's wonderful. And Guy Pearce is the only other actor that I recognize from this cast list. So a lot of new faces in here. It does sound actually really kind of fascinating to find out that this person sees someone in the water, and you see it in the trailer, but then maybe that's just what they want you to believe that she sees, and technically she didn't see it. Maybe, I don't know.
Who knows?
The other thing that really kind of has me thinking is that there's a possibility that it's kind of like the Murder on the Orient Express kind of deal where everybody's in on it except for her, and she wasn't supposed to find out. And now they need to get rid of her so that this can continue on like normal. So that's kind of where my brain's at with this. So I'm a bit more intrigued with this one. I might see it. I just don't know whether I'd go to the cinema to watch this. I'd probably just, well, it's only Netflix anyway, but anyway. But yeah,
On the 10th of October.
And
yeah,
our work here is done.
But yeah, look, by the time I finally get around to resubscribing to the streaming service, then maybe I'll watch it. Who knows?
Who knows?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll take it, Fully. I'll take it. If
Yeah,
I can get,
yeah.
if I can have a strike rate of 1 out of 4,
Just grab hold on to that one little string.
I will. I will. Mike, what about you? What did you think of this one?
Probably my least favorite, but not knocking it whatsoever, because it definitely looks intriguing. Of being a psychological like thriller, and your main character is like, is it real? Is it not? Am I going crazy? And it's also a critique of like the rich elite as well. So that's another thing that's very popular nowadays. And yeah, it's got a lot of familiar faces. Guy Pearce, Hannah Wadding from Ted Lasso, and also Shame. And you got your main character played by Natalie Portman, which is great. What? Why you laugh?
I don't think they look alike, but that's me. Yeah.
You're wrong, but yes.
Just because she played her decoy in Star Wars.
Yeah.
Why do people say that about Rose Byrne and Natalie Portman? Anyway.
Yeah, but
anyway,
a good little mystery, and is it real or is it not? And that's the intriguing bit. And I can't really add too much to that. And Guy Pearce for the win. When is this coming out? Even though we've already said and where it is.
Yes, well, in case anyone missed it, the woman in Cabin 10 is going to be on Netflix on coincidentally, but not so, the 10th of the 10th on 10flix.
2010. On 10 play.
10 play, yeah. Now it's on Netflix. 10th of October. Yeah. Goddamn. All right. It didn't work. Okay. That's Trailer Park done. It's time to roll on out and straight into the moment, the segment, the section, the part that plays the thing, the spot, the spidey sense tingling section we like to call
popcorn culture.
Yeah.
Whippity whip whip whip.
Whippity whip 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 whip. Yes. Popcorn culture time. And we are here to talk about the next run of episodes of Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. We are talking about episodes 6, 7, and 8, which are Duel with the Devil, Scorpion Rising, and Tangled Web. Ooh. So overall, really great batch of episodes here. I really enjoyed these a lot. I'm really liking this show. This is great. I'm cursing myself even more every week. I'm like, why didn't I watch this when it came out? I don't know. It's, the sins of the past shall not be forgotten. But yeah, it's awesome. I lost my shit over Charlie Cox as Daredevil. in episode 6. Hello. That's fantastic.
I love that that's still a thing. Like, no matter where Daredevil is, Charlie Cox is there.
Charlie Cox is there, baby. He's in every universe. He's in every universe. It's just wonderful.
Yep.
And yeah, the fact that they used the music for him as well, that was just great.
Yeah.
Yeah, so but we'll talk more about that later. Yeah, I'm liking where things are going in terms of, you know, everything that's happening with Norman Osborn and Doctor Otto Octavius and that situation. But I feel like my favorite element, I think, over these episodes, like one of my favorite elements, I think, is the unexpected sort of friendship that sprung up between Nico and Harry. I really enjoyed that, so I'm looking forward to talk about that with you guys. And then also just Lonnie makes me cry, so I'm real sad. I mean, we saw this coming. Mike saw this coming because he's seen it before. But
We've still got 2 more episodes. You don't know.
Yeah, you don't know. But yeah, no, I'm loving every single storyline here. Every character here serves a purpose. There's no, like, we talked about it maybe being overcrowded with the introduction of Doc Ock last week, but he serves his purpose here as well. So it's just everything's kind of falling into place, making sense. Fucking, as Mike mentioned, we've got General Ross here, Thaddeus Ross, Thunderbolt Ross is here. Iron Man makes an appearance in this in this run of episodes, briefly, voiced by the same actor who voices him in What If, again. So that's a nice bit of connective tissue. Yeah, there's a lot to enjoy from this run of episodes, that's for sure. And Peter is having a bad time. But Peter's always having a bad time. You know, that's just Spider-Man's lot in life, I think. Fulya, what are you thinking so far with these episodes overall? How did you enjoy them, or did you not enjoy them? What's your take?
Yeah, no, I did enjoy these particular episodes. They actually went down really well. We're getting a little bit more into the deep end with these characters now, and we're learning a lot about them. Especially finding out I hate that Nico found out the way that she did about Spider-Man.
No. Fucking Harry, man.
Ah, man. Like, don't fall for that BS. Like, oh yeah, I know the secrets, but you tell me which one you're talking about. Like, I just hate that.
Terrible.
Oh, man. But yeah, the fact that we're also getting to see what's happening with Lonnie. Lonnie is now a little bit more in, like, he made the decision to save his brother, but now he's enjoying himself. Or no, actually, he's not really enjoying himself. It's more he feels more welcomed and wanted in this particular family that is this gang, more so than what his actual family wants from him, right? And so we're starting to see that come out a bit more with Lonnie. The fact that Peter finds out that Lonnie's in this gang, and I think overall what I am enjoying seeing is, I think, the friendship group, with the fact that Peter's trying to get Harry and Nico to actually hang out more and be friends, considering the fact that Harry and Peter are kind of working together, quote unquote. And so Nico's just gotten too suspicious about it, so now he's trying to cover it up by trying to get him to come out and hang out and stuff. So I think seeing that kind of little friendship triangle has been fun to watch and sort of learn about. But I think what I'm more concerned about is what's happening with Norman Osborn. He's hiding something so hard, and apart from that one little thing that he reveals to Peter about Dr. Octavius, I feel like he's hiding something else. And for a split second, I thought, especially after episode 8, I thought, oh my God, he's coming in as Green Goblin. We're going to see it. And we see one thing, one element, but we don't see anything else. Oh man. Like, I honestly, as soon as I saw that hoverboard shooting in, I immediately, my brain went there. And
Oh yeah.
I'm like, there is no way he's coming, but he's actually not there. He just, automated it to go there like a drone. So that got me a little excited. But I can definitely still see that happening later on. Like the fact that he's probably gonna all of a sudden, maybe he's not a bad Green Goblin. Maybe he's a good Green Goblin. We don't know. Dr. Octavius is probably the villain here, from what we've seen so far. But yeah, no, like overall, it's been really interesting. And the fact that the Daredevil just popped in to this universe, I'm like, oh yeah, Daredevil, cool. Another reason why I should go watch the freaking series.
Abso-freaking-lutely, Fulya. We've been trying to tell you this whole time.
Oh my gosh. Now it's getting drilled into my head. Look, Daredevil's popping up everywhere. Fulya, you need to watch the show.
Yes.
And not to mention, the Punisher is going to be in the next Spider-Man film, so you're going to have to watch the Punisher.
And I know nothing about that character.
Of the movies.
Oh my gosh. I've got so much bloody watching to catch up on, and it's not just in the Marvel universe, it's now also DC.
Yeah.
I'm getting overwhelmed by superheroes.
This is your life now.
No. That's why I've been binging anime.
Trying to get away.
You're just ignoring the problems and hope they go away by themselves.
Superheroes, just stay over there for a bit. I need anime.
Considering One Piece is sort of a superhero sort of
not really.
They name their fighting moves. They have different powers. It's superhero.
No, they're not superheroes, man. They're pirates, okay?
One man's pirate is another man's freedom fighter.
Anyway, Michael, your turn.
Yes, general thoughts, please. Thank you.
General Ross. I did like these strings of these three, and they sort of blended into each other like nicely. But they did have their own specific elements, which is good, because then you can figure it out. Like first one, the introduction of Daredevil in this universe, but still familiar because Charlie Cox. It was a nice little connective tissue within that of something familiar but different at the same time. If that's true, will we get the Kingpin? Is Kingpin like running around? Spoilers, no. It's too much. It's too much. Can't have all the things.
No, we can't have all the things.
No, can't have all the things. I mean, they're going to start ramping up to the end and the whole story. But yep, Daredevil is looking around, trying to find some stuff. And then it leads the Norman Osborn and Peter to figure out where are these things coming from, and it's Dr. Ock, but he doesn't have his arms yet, so it's all to do with they're not yet what they are. It's like it's like the lizard. it's like, sure, we got the character, but they're not the lizard just yet. And another cameo that you also is also in this is the chameleon. We get to see the chameleon in this as well. He's the guy with the mask in the third
the Russian dude. Yeah.
He was actually in with the convoy as well, but he was the driver.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So, so chameleon's in this, and almost to what he is as well. So that's great. And I can't see out your window anymore, Fulya. Oh no!
I closed it.
You closed the window. It's getting dark. I like the fact there's little subtle hints. As like, oh, is Norman what he says he is? Is he a nice guy or is he a bad guy? I mean, even with the quote that we had at the start of the podcast, with great power comes great responsibility? No. Respect. That's a very villainous thing to say. Mm-hmm. But then again, he's a tech billionaire, so they're all evil. Including Tony Stark, goddammit. He's evil. And we get to see him too. I like the sort of characterization that they have for Dr. Ock as well, of his little enjoying life and getting caught. So is that it for Dr. Ock? Don't know. But overall, I really enjoyed it. And where does it go to now? I know, but I'm not saying.
No. Not saying a thing, are we? Good. Yes. Let's keep that train of thought going. Let's talk about the villains and a character who we were hoping might stay good. That is revealing his true colors very slowly. Norman Osborn. I really like how they showed him slowly edging away from Peter. Like the moment Otto is mentioned and brought into it, I just loved how he just becomes so fixated on him and trying to stop him and capture him. And because of his standing with General Ross and the public, he can do that, and he's the one that calls him to have him taken away, which is going to be really awkward for the 110th Street gang when they rock up to this empty warehouse. More on that next episode. But I really just loved just how Norman is just starting to sort of show his true self a little bit. But it did make me a little sad, just because I was thought it was really cool that they were kind of going in a different direction with him, showing him as sort of this mentor character, this but then he's also showing the signs of being not so great dad, prioritizing Peter over his son and constantly saying negative things about Harry. I mean, he's kind of been doing that since the beginning anyway, but like it just started to feel a bit more prominent in this run of episodes. And then Fulya, like you said, we see the glider come in at the end of episode 7, when he saves Peter from certain death. It's interesting. And then just I really liked the scene where he just takes that iconic, not just Spider-Man line, but it's like one of the most iconic Marvel and superhero lines. With great power comes great responsibility, and switches it into what he does. And it's fitting because we're in a different universe, right? Where it's in a universe that's very close to the one we know. So close that they have, almost the exact same conversations in some ways, and here you just have it spun by a different character who I think that says so much, like you said, Mike, it says so much about Norman, and who he is, being this tech billionaire and being this, he has this kind of built-in arrogance, this false humility we're starting to see, and the fact that he's like, you have this power, you should command and demand respect with this power. Okay, like it's and that lends itself to badness. I think we've all kind of agreed that this is just not something that an altruistic person would say to a young man, really. Like, so I don't know, it's going to be interesting to see how Peter handles it, because it sucked to see him so forlorn. Like, he's, Peter Parker is just such a good person that all he wants to do is save people, and even when he doesn't have a suit, he's just like, I'll even wear one of the shit suits, just send me out there, put me out there, put me back in, coach. um
Sorry.
and then when he's told that he can't really, he's not ready, he needs to regain his strength, and he has to prove himself to the people. It really affects him.
Would you say this also parallels in the first Spider-Man movie, if you can't prove yourself with the suit, then why not?
Yeah, that's a really good call, Mike. Holy shit, I didn't even think of it. Yeah, absolutely. That's such a good reference. The fact that really gets under Peter's skin in Homecoming, when he needs this suit, he wants this suit, and then Tony says the great thing, because of everything he's been through and what he's learned. He's like, if you can't do it without the suit, then you should not wear it at all. Fantastic. And then here we have, I feel like it's definitely a little different here, because I feel like this Peter Parker is a lot less reckless than the Tom Holland version. I mean, Tom Holland's Peter has a lot of the same, obviously the same characteristics. Like, he's very well intentioned, and good at heart, but he's a bit chaotic, um, and fucks things up a bit. And I feel like this Peter is obviously not exempt from that. He definitely has made some mistakes along the way, but I feel like it's not to the same level. In Homecoming, he makes a couple of big fuck ups that, to the point where it leads to that conversation with Tony, where he's like, I'm taking the suit away because you've abused it. You could have gotten yourself killed or those people killed and all this. But Peter hasn't really done that in this show. But I do like the comparison of, like, I'll wear whatever just to put myself out there. And that could be an interesting way to just sort of, speak to who he is, and speak to even the perspective of Norman, just going like, I know I want you to be Spider-Man. Like, because, he makes such a big deal of going, okay, none of these suits are you. This is who you are. And then we have the last episode finishes with Harry having gone to the trouble of getting the Oscorp team to make a new suit behind Norman's back. Which I'm sure won't come back to bite him in the ass somehow. I'm sure it'll be totally fine. And I love that final shot too of Peter. Peter seeing we see the suit in his glasses. I thought that was a really cool shot. But yeah. It's interesting too, because I feel like the suit represents Spider-Man, but then he doesn't need the suit either, and I don't know. Yeah, there's a lot of interesting ways to explore it, and what it means and stuff, and yeah. But anyway, I've gone completely off topic, but that's fine. That was. I'm glad you brought that up, Mike. I'm really glad you brought that up.
You're just enjoying the show. That's good.
Yeah, no, it's fantastic. It's really good. But I just wanted to just also, there was one thing about Norman I wanted to say, and I've forgotten it now. Bollocks. Yeah, I thought it was something to do with Doc Ock, but I've forgotten. Anyway, if I remember, I'll bring it back. But Fulya, what are your thoughts on, I think you and I were sort of agreed how we kind of both wanted to see a Norman Osborn who was a bit more on the side of good. And now, as you've already talked about it a little bit, your thoughts on seeing the Green Goblins starting to show,
Seeing the cracks.
seeing the cracks forming. What are you making of this descent of Norman Osborn, this reveal that we're building up to? It seems.
Yeah, look, I think we're slowly starting to see that his ego's slowly getting the better of him. The fact that all he really wants is respect, and that's what
Yes.
that line was. And so that's why he mentions that to Peter, that you need respect from the people. You need people to respect you when you do the the good that you do out in the world. And I think that's where I think Norman is kind of crossing the lines of what's good and what isn't. And yeah, that glider pretty much told me that he's investing in some technology that he's definitely looking at using himself at some point later down the track. And that I think I feel like he doesn't feel respected as much as he wants to be respected. And we kind of see that during that charity event that he attended, where he speaks to what was a person's name, or so what was his role? Was he like a president of something, or like a CEO of a company or something like that?
I'm pretty sure you're talking about the grey-haired man is General Ross.
Yeah, him.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so the fact that he's trying to get his attention for military tech that Norman said his company could build, as they could work together and all that sort of thing. But it sounds like the general is like wants something more out of him, and so Norman's not happy about that. So yeah, I have a funny feeling that even though I wanted him to be a good Norman in this particular universe, I don't think we're gonna get that. I think by the end of the season, we're gonna see the Green Goblin kind of show through, and not necessarily see him in the suit per se, but just more so we're gonna see that personality come through more by the end of the season, I would say.
Yeah.
Going into season 2, we'll most likely get a Green Goblin by the next season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My next port of call is that I'm just hoping they don't also make Harry a Green Goblin, but I mean it's canonical, so
yeah.
I don't know,
father like son.
Harry's just so he's just so pure.
Yeah, he really is.
He's just so pure.
The poor kid doesn't have any friends, even though he's rich.
I know.
Yeah.
It's a hard life.
Yeah.
We'll talk about Harry in a second. I just wanted to say I remembered my thing. It was just a quick note on what I said earlier about every character fitting and it's not overcrowded, because Doc Ock was the big one. I was just like, why is he here? And now I can see why, because he's been brought in to be this misdirect for Peter. And we'll talk about the Daredevil thing soon, I guess. I mean, we could talk about it now as well, but I mean, I'll throw it to Mike first. But it's just more just to say that, like, Doc Ock is serving as a distraction for Peter, so he doesn't realize what Norman's really doing, because that's kind of how Norman was sort of, he was saying, oh, Daredevil came in because, he's working for Doc Ock and blah, blah, blah. And Peter's like, I don't think he was. And like Norman's like, oh, yeah, see this, this, and this. And
in
so
this universe, he is.
Yeah, I just kind of, yeah, he's not. I just kind of.
Murdoch is the bad guy.
I liked how that was all used. In this instance, it all made sense. Mike,
Yes.
your thoughts on Norman Osborn here? I know you know what happens, but just what do you
I can't remember.
when you when you're watching this, were you like disappointed that they decided to go down a villain route with him again, if that's what they're doing, or just the fact that he's clearly not 100% on the good team, I guess. Like how did the respect line? I know you've talked about it a little, but like how did it all kind of work for you?
Oh, it's definitely caught me off guard. It's like, oh, okay, so, and with Harry saying "Go get him, Tiger" is actually a Mary Jane quote. So they're sort of mixing it up, and I kind of like it. And him saying "great power comes great respect" is like, yeah, I can understand that from the elite, and doing what you can to succeed. And he's like, well, I got all this power, so surely I can buy my respect. I mean, we definitely see that with Luther as well, with Superman. And I do like the fact that when he was talking with Ross, that he would actually he actually said, "Oh, I can always go after Cap as well. Well, go after Captain America, because behind the scenes, the Sokovia Accord has been implemented, and Cap's on the run with Bucky and all that. And then I like the fact that in one of the episodes we get to see I think it's Peter going down the corridor of Oscorp, where there's a big picture of Osborn with Captain America, like buddy. Is like, you would sell your own soul, wouldn't you? So there's another thing. I can't trust you anyway. It's like, it's like I don't think I was disappointed. I thought, it's a very interesting way of going around the fact that this is like the origin story for Osborn as well. So I kind of like it, instead of him being Maury sinister and going I'm a goblin. I don't think we're gonna get goblin. Yeah, because I don't know what I don't know how I think. Yeah, I think it's just he turns green. I can't remember. It's not like the Raimi where he wears the Power Rangers mask or anything like that. I don't think it's that. Yeah, I like the going around of, you can't really trust billionaires. Who would have thunk? Anyway,
who would have thunk, indeed.
Yeah. What was after this
to talk about?
Yeah, go to you now.
I mean, we can just we could probably just, if there's any more like Daredevil thoughts.
Daredevil thoughts.
Yes, we've kind of touched on it a little bit, but yeah, it's
good action.
Yes.
And went squee when I heard the theme. It's like
the fact that they put the theme music in there was just so good. I love when shows do that. It's the best. Yeah.
And I do miss it.
Yes.
There's no new one.
Oh, it's not. It is, but it's different. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like difference.
It's not the. It's not the like classic theme. I don't like change. Yeah, I just really loved the fact that in just the vocal performance alone from Charlie Cox, you can tell that Daredevil is not working for Doc Ock. No fucking way. And
maybe.
No, I refuse to believe it. But
no,
you can just tell that he's a hero, and Peter picks up on that, and that may be part of some kind of spidey sense that he has that they haven't really mentioned in the show so far. But like the fact that he immediately just senses, just from hearing and talking to this guy, and even from fighting him, because Daredevil wasn't trying to kill Peter. He was trying to disable him. So to stop him, so there was like a connection between the two of them. That moment where Peter's like, hey, I'm up really high. This is the coolest fight I've ever done so far. And Daredevil's like, I can't really say, kid, but it's pretty fun.
Because he's blind.
Yeah, the blind jokes were funny. It was just really good. Like, it just, every time he pops up in a show, like, I feel like Charlie Cox is becoming the new Stan Lee. He's just cameoing in so many Marvel shows now. Like, it's just great. I really enjoyed seeing him here. I was going to throw to Fulya, but I think she's indisposed currently. Mike, do you have any additional thoughts on
With
Daredevil?
The Daredevil? I like the fact that they actually do have the sort of connective tissue within the overall Marvel stuff. It's not necessarily like copy for copy. Like, I'm not saying if there's a Daredevil, there must be a Foggy. Please let there be a Foggy. I want to see Foggy and Paige and he sort of does pop up everywhere, even if it's not his own show. Thank you, She-Hulk, for
yes,
for making everything connected. I can't really add too much. I just like the sort of brief cameos, and it's also a cameo that actually is essential. It's not necessarily a throwaway sort of thing. It's like, oh, this is a thing. No, this is sort of a notch in the armor of the overall, like, of Peter going, is it really what it seems? And it's also interesting that this is like the first time we see Peter like getting his ass handed to him until we get the ultimate ass handed to him. So that's an interesting thing, and it just shook him up. It's like, oh, this is bad. I could actually die by doing this. So the first one was like a big surprise. It's like, oh, he took me out. And then I was going to say lobster. Scorpion happened because he's a lobster.
He's a lobster. Yes. Fulya, did you have any Daredevil thoughts before we move on?
Look, I didn't really realize that it was Charlie Cox to start off with.
Because you're unfamiliar, because you haven't seen the show.
Well, it's probably. I haven't heard his voice enough to realize that it's him.
He's British.
And I'm also not noticing... I'm not really paying attention to the music as much as I should be. So I didn't really notice the music either. Not that I'm familiar with it anyway. But no, like seeing Daredevil pop up was really cool. Just and then you guys were saying about the blind jokes that were kind of funny too. Whenever they were a thing. Yeah. Look, I feel like we're going to see Daredevil again at some point. Because obviously if he showed up in this one episode, then there's definitely something afoot. So we're probably going to see him again. Maybe in the next couple of episodes, I don't know. We'll see. Maybe towards the end of the season. But it goes to show that he was not necessarily there to harm anyone. He was just there for information or to get something, to find something. How on earth would you get information if you can't see? It's not like people writing braille on
to see what happens. How he gets information.
Yeah, Yes, another reason to add to the list of why Fulya should watch Daredevil.
I mean, I think we're doing a better job of convincing you to watch Daredevil than Silence of the Lambs. So
yeah. Look, you finally got me into DC. We'll see how we go.
No, James Gunn got you in the DC.
This is true. James Gunn got me in.
Yes, bless you, James Gunn.
Next is Peacemaker.
Yes.
Ooh.
All right. Let's move on to our next bit of discussion. Let's talk about Peter, Mr. Parker.
Mm-hmm.
We've talked about him a little bit already. But you know, just I don't know. I just really like this version of Peter Parker, and it's funny when the stuff with Nico happens, and you're like, you know, you're just like, oh, of course he didn't tell her because he's trying to protect her. But then when like he leaves her that voicemail and is talking to her about like, I just didn't tell you because I've been so busy and I haven't had a chance to, and the reason wasn't what
excuse.
Yeah, the reason what it wasn't exactly what I thought it was, and then it kind of made me go, oh wait, he could have just told her. You know,
he could have. Yeah,
he absolutely could have. Like, there's no reason why. So I hate that we're in that phase of like, you know, friend must adjust to big secret. It's such a trope, but it's where we are in the story, and that's fine. But you know, that's Peter's lesson that he's learned, and this show features a lot of well-rounded young adults and teenagers that are just, they're very good at accountability and being honest, and well, not being honest, but I mean, yes and no being honest. Like, some of them are really honest and some of them are a bit, you know, not so much. But just, I don't know, they're just very well adjusted kids, I think, and they got good heads on their shoulders. They're all very smart. I suppose that's probably part of it. You know, they're all going to this super smart school, you know. But yeah, the way Peter kind of immediately sort of knows he needs to accept the responsibility of his actions and tries to make amends with her. I just really kind of admired that. But yeah, and then just getting to see some really cool fight scenes with Spider-Man over these episodes. You know, the Daredevil fight we just talked about was great. The fight with Scorpion was harrowing and so well executed. Like, I didn't like.
You see
like,
blood.
Yeah, it was very violent. I was really surprised that they kind of showed him being, you know, pierced all the way through. And there's just a bit of blood going on. That was brutal to watch. I was just like, oh, okay, he's dead now. Yeah, that was end of show. Last episode, surprise.
Yep.
The next two episodes,
Spider-Man doesn't survive. Next,
black screens. Yeah. Yeah. So, but it was good, and it was like a really interesting kind of way to sort of remind the audience of like this double life that he has, because he comes in and, you know, he knows Lonnie, he knows Pearl, he can't say anything to them about, you know, who he is, and he has to catch himself in a moment of not giving away who he is by making his voice sound a bit different. And
citizens, I need firepower.
Yeah. And then like, and then how that comes back later in the moment where, you know, Lonnie comes to talk to Pearl, and then Peter's inside and he's watching through the window, and, you know, he knows what happened. Like, he knows what this is about, but like Pearl doesn't know, and she's like, give us a minute, Peter. I've just got to go, you know, talk this thing out. Yeah, so I don't know, the way Peter's sort of going through this journey and just trying to be this hero and do everything right, and just the adorableness of him trying to make Harry and Nico friends, like, that was so real. Like, because like, you know, I have a few different friendship groups, and every time they kind of get together for some reason, whether it's a Marvel movie or a birthday or something, I'm just like, you like me, you also like me, we like the same stuff.
Yeah,
friends go.
Yeah.
And
I know
then
exactly what you mean.
yeah, but then there's those moments where that doesn't work.
Yeah, exactly.
Just because you're friends with this person, you're friends with that person, doesn't mean that it's going to work the other way as well.
Yeah.
And that can be a
And that
yes.
means there's something wrong with you if it doesn't work.
Yes, there is. But no, I just and the fact that that doesn't go well, initially at least here. I mean, I want to talk about that stuff as well. But yeah, the fact that Peter's just trying, and he's just doing his darndest. It's just lovely. He's very earnest and endearing, and I appreciate it a lot, and I'm glad he didn't die. So, and now we're gonna get to see him in the red and blue suit. So I can't wait. I can't wait. Fulya, tell us your Spider-Man thoughts, your Peter Parker thoughts.
Yeah, look, I think out of all of the Peter Parkers that I've seen in the past, I think this one's also up there for me. One of the top tier Spider-Mans. He's just really he's very humble, he's very sweet, and he's not too reckless from what we've seen in the past. And he has the best interest in everybody at heart, right? And he's always trying to find ways to make sure that everybody's safe, that everybody gets along. But then at the same time, he's also, looking out for himself and his family. He doesn't want to be a burden to his Aunt May. And the fact that he'll do anything to help his Aunt May with like bills, like financially in general. And it's really, really nice to see that in a character, because you don't really get to see that very often, especially from a character who's very young, like very sort of young teenage kind of character. Peter Parker just wants everything to be hunky-dory. That's why he's trying to get all these, friendship groups to come together and just, be friends. You're a friend with me, like you were saying before, Kendall. You're friends with me. You two can also be friends. That's you find something in common, I'm sure. And yeah, so that's actually really sweet of him, and I really like that about this Peter Parker specifically. And he's just doing his best to be a good boy, essentially.
Mm-hmm. The goodest Spider Boy.
Yeah.
Yes. Mike, Peter Parker thoughts?
Yes.
Do you have some?
I just had to laugh because it's like, you're my friend, you must be both friends. You've got one thing in common. You like me. And if you don't like each other because you like me, then there's something wrong with me. Yeah, I do. I can. It's always cringy to watch like a teen drama, considering you're not that age demographic anymore. So it's very foreign to me. But I don't know. It kind of works well of it being the entire thing of having relationships as well as friend groups and having those relationships as well. And yeah, you can definitely they definitely have the sort of wherewithal to make the tension grow and work within it, like and that's what sort of what the comic is about as well. It's not necessarily beat them up fucking bleh, or anything like that. It's more to do with like the relationships between Peter and Nico and all the other ones. Even within the story itself, it is sort of that niche of we see like Tony Stark and all that, but they're all adults. We're seeing like the kids and how they work and how they live life in a world of superheroes as well and supervillains as well. So where do they go? I still enjoy it, and with Peter being this Peter, I can't really judge because this is my first animated Peter. that I've been watching. So I can't really compare them with the Toby and the Andrew and the Maguire and the Holland. So I can't really compare them, even though this is sort of loosely Tom Holland's Spider-Man sort of thing. So, and first Peter having glasses as well. It's when he puts on the suit, where did the glasses go? Does he need the glasses?
I was going to say, the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, he starts off with the glasses, but then once he's bitten, his vision gets better. Whereas this one's vision didn't get better.
Maybe there's certain things that science can't fix. Maybe there's limits to science. Yeah. And yeah, we get to see him in the full suit in the last 2 episodes. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe it's a big red herring.
Maybe it is.
Which is a fish.
Indeed. Indeed it is a fish. Yeah, I want to talk about Nico and Harry. Yeah, I was a bit worried about how this was gonna go. You know, because we obviously had the tension set up of like Peter inviting Harry to the movies without asking her first. And then she's like, "Oh, I'm totally cool with that. I'd let you know if I wasn't." I'm like, "Are you sure? Because you are obviously not cool with that." So yeah, and then just the two of them. Like, I kind of liked the scenes where Peter, you know, Peter's had to go away to Oscorp to fight Daredevil, and leaving the two of them alone, and there's just that awkward moment of them sitting on the couch going like, I want to try and talk to this person, but I don't know how, and then they both do it at the same time, and it just kind of fizzles into nothing. That was interesting. And then, but then it, you know, I think I don't know, I like Harry, but I also hate how kind of just no, I don't know if ignorance the right word, maybe naive's the right word, I don't know, but he's just a bit, you know, not all there sometimes in just the thought process of how to interact, you know, just assuming that's such a big, you know, a big secret that he stumbled into by chance. He wasn't even supposed to know the Peter Spider-Man, so why the hell would he think that Nico knows? I mean, it's kind of sweet that he, in a way, it's kind of sweet that he thought that Peter would have told her, but come on, man. And then I really hated him when they look like they're bonding over the tarot cards, and then when it gets to, like, you know, she's explaining the reading to him, and then he's like, you know, oh, and now I pick this up, and if they match, I do this, and she's like, wait, what? And like, they're just a fashion thing. It's just, I don't actually believe in it. And she's like, oh my god. I hated that moment. But like, he's not being, I don't know, he's not being a dick. It's I feel like Harry is just, he's just, I don't know, he's just a singular person, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, but no, the scene with the two of them in the car is probably the highlight. You know, having that unintentional surprise drag race with that stupid woman in the other car, was just really funny and a moment. And I'm wondering if they're, based on how they said goodbye, are they setting up a romance between them? I don't know. I don't really want that personally. I kind of like the idea of Spider-Man having these two like best buds. You know, but I mean, if they're gonna get together, then sure, I'll support it. Happiness for everyone, but I don't know if I like that, if that's where they're going. But yes, and then the other thing with Nico is that I'm sure Mike's aware. I don't know if Fulya is aware that she actually has powers in the comics. She has a witch. I think she's a witch. I think, or she has like magical abilities, and we see it a bit in this episode with, you know, she's talking to the pendant, and then we see, you know, when she's in the car, you know, it flashes a bit, you know, and I'm like, oh, they're doing something with that, and then my brain went like, you're mad at Peter for having a secret? What's this? What's this? He doesn't know about this. But then maybe she doesn't know about it. I don't know. Maybe she's but then she was talking to it, so I don't know. So there's a lot of questions with Nico. A lot of questions. Yeah. But no, I kind of was enjoying the dynamic. Whatever they're doing, whatever the direction it's going, I was enjoying watching it all unfold. What about you, Fulia?
Yeah, so Nico, Harry, their little kind of interactions had me kind of thinking about what's going on with those two. I get that Harry is one of those type of people, like he doesn't really know the right social cues by the sounds of things. If he's saying that he doesn't really have many friends, genuine friends, especially considering the fact that because of his wealth, a lot of people usually just hang out with him for that reason or for status. But the fact that he's doing his best to be a friend of some sort, I can at least kind of empathize with him a little bit in that respect. But yeah, like I said, like when we started discussing this and my overall thoughts, it's like, why on earth would you think that even though they're best friends, that Peter would mention the fact that he's Spider-Man to her? Like, yes, they tell each other everything, but every best friend holds back things. Like, they're not going to be telling each other every single thing, right? They
What are you hiding for, Leah?
What do you mean? What am I hiding? This is not where this conversation is going.
Are you a superhero? And you're not telling us.
So yeah, like I can see why like a lot of people like you, Kendall, just it's a bit weird for a character to even for anyone to even think that, holding back a secret and all that sort of stuff. So there's that. But I do want to also, like, it's not just Harry's fault. Nico is also kind of not, like, I get that she feels ignored from Peter, especially considering what he's going through at the moment, the fact that he is doing all the Spider-Man stuff. But I understand why Peter didn't want to tell her, and Harry mentions this too. It's like he didn't want to mention it just because of, for your own safety. And then she makes the argument about, let me make that decision. I'm sorry, but if someone wants to hold you back from the danger that you could potentially get yourself in, that is not really a decision that you should be making, right? If the person who's being the superhero knows what the dangers are, yes, of course I would definitely like hold that away from, like, I definitely hold that in. I don't want people that I love getting hurt because of what I do, like being a superhero and trying to, save the world from danger, or at least the city from danger and all that sort of stuff. So I understand why the Peter didn't want to say anything. It is also a bit of a gray area though, because he can make that decision, but that means he's not allowing Nico to have that decision for herself. Being like, hey, I'm Spider-Man, just so you know. Oh, okay, cool. Then I won't go on your little adventures. Or, maybe I can help. And then, like, I don't know, like that whole argument is, there's so much that could happen within that kind of a conversation with friends. So I'm not too sure how much I agree with the whole sentiment of Nico being like, I want to make that decision. He shouldn't be doing that for me, kind of a thing. I don't know.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Like I feel like she doesn't like unless what you guys are telling me about the whole like I don't know that she's got some sort of because I don't know about the comics about Nico about her character and her having some form of like power. But given what I do know from what I've watched so far, I don't think she has the right to really say that because she hasn't been in that situation.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it is
that's
a
fair.
catch-22. It's
Yeah.
like how can you be annoyed with something that you don't know, even if you're not supposed to know?
Yeah.
And you don't know.
Yeah, and that's like I get why, you know, we all get why she is annoyed because you know, like there's the dynamic duo and you know they're supposed to, you know, be these best friends that share everything, but then
Yeah.
Peter mentions that, you know, it also happens at the same time that he meets her and that's when he gets his powers. But you're right, like, you know, this is bigger than their friendship, this secret, and she doesn't know his experience, and so yeah, there's two sides to it, I guess, but like it's just, I guess it kind of falls into that trope I mentioned before of like, you know, the friend is annoyed that they didn't know a secret.
Pretty much. That's essentially what it falls down to.
Yeah, and it just sometimes it kind of sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mike, thoughts
Yeah.
on Nico and Harry?
Yeah. I'll keep it short, but first I'm watching this and I still pick it up by rewatching it. It's like, do you know Peter's big secret? It's like, yeah, Peter told me everything. What's the secret? It's if I was writing this, I would say it's like, and they do that little interaction when Peter comes home with a bag of ice, and then the thing falls out. It's like, oh yeah, Harry told me that you're Spider-Man. Let me guess, the stuff is in Spider-Man. And they open it, it's like, you're really Spider-Man? I thought you were gay. I thought that was your big secret. Because I don't know. Definitely has that sort of allegory of secrets, especially when you're a teenager. It's kind of weird.
They did that in a Buffy episode actually. They think one of the players on the football team is trying to is like the killer of the episode or a demon or something, and then Xander gets caught up in it, and then the guy, you know, as Xander thinks he's got him, and then the guy's there like, no, I'm gay. That's the big secret. He's like, he's actually gay, and then he's like wanting to hook up with Xander, and then we have outdated 90s gay panic story, and then we move on. Terrible. Yes. Do you have anything else you want to add, Mike, or shall we move on to our last storyline?
I suppose we can move on. Yeah. Teenage drama. Learning to like someone for the first time. And will that lead to something else? Ooh. Don't know. Meet cute. Everyone loves a meet cute. Between a rich boy and a witchy person.
Indeed. All right. So now we're going to talk about Lonnie. Because, you know, I like to end podcasts sad for some reason.
Tombstone.
Yes. Tombstone. Oh man, how the mighty have fallen. Look, I get what he's doing. I feel like, or at least I feel like it's what he's doing. He's pushing people away. He's pushing his old life away to protect them, to keep them away from this, to protect himself by, you know, if he starts being a dick to them, then he becomes a dick sort of thing. Like he's trying to like toughen himself up, I guess.
It's my cross to bear.
Yeah, like he's trying to do this alone, and it's gonna backfire on him. Big time. You know, now there's guns involved. Now there's, you know, Scorpion's got this huge tail from Doc Ock, you know, and it's a lot. There's tech involved, and now, you know, Big D wants tech, so like it's happening. It's going down the path. Because that was an unsettling kind of final moment of him like Lonnie being the one to rally them, to say, if this is what the boss wants, this is what we're doing. It's going to be great for us. Let's go. 110, 110, 110, and then she's like, oh no, oh no, he's gone. And just the way Big D smiles at him,
Yeah.
and it's just, oh, my heart is broken. My heart is broken. That the scene, legit the scene though, where he chose the gang over Pearl, for whatever reason he has, I was tearing up. Like, I was just like, no, we've seen so far how good these two are together, and how much they care about each other, and how much Lonnie actually cares about her, and now he's trying to get her away, and then for him to say no, she's like, I give you an ultimatum. I'm not, if you choose this path, I don't want anything to do with you anymore, which I don't blame her, because she's trying to help, and she's starting to see that it's beyond saving, and this is the last ditch effort. I mean, ultimatums are never a great thing to do
in any relationship, yeah.
No.
But dire straits.
Yeah, so it's kind of, the last card that she had to play, I guess, but
It's
she
me
thought,
or the dog.
yeah, she thought maybe he'd come around, and it kind of looked like he was for half a second, and then he says no, and like, I guess this is goodbye, and then he walks away, and I'm just like, no.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. But, and because I thought maybe she was going to bring him around, because, before that, obviously we had the confrontation with Scorpion in at the gang headquarters, and she's there for it, she's witnessing everything, and then Lonnie's protecting her the whole time. So, but yeah, just the fact that he's dropped out of school, and he's lying to his parents, and like his football career's over, and it's
gone downhill so quick.
It's so quick. I just, the second he was called Tombstone, and he's like, I kind of like that, and it's just like, oh, okay, this is the beginning of the end. And
Yeah.
I'm really hoping they do something interesting with him by the end, whether or not that is the end of season 1, or if that's going into season 2, or an arc throughout the show where Peter has to be confronted with what Lonnie's doing. I mean, he knows now, that Lonnie's in the gang, like, he knows, and he tries to stop him. We get that great scene after Pearl gives him the ultimatum, and walks back in to find Peter's gone. Peter's down the road already, trying to bring Lonnie back. And then that doesn't work, and Peter's just like, oh well, fuck, what's this? It's just really sad,
It really is.
and I hope it doesn't come to, I mean, I kind of want it to, but I hope it doesn't come to a confrontation between Tombstone and Spider-Man at some point, but I'm sure it will. But Lonnie could also die too. Like, I mean, he's an original character, I think, to this show. I think, I could be wrong. But but I guess the only good thing that's coming out of this is the fact that it's bringing Pearl and Peter closer together, and Peter's got the biggest crush on her. So, and she
Peter can swoop up.
And she, yeah, he's like, well, I guess it's time for old Petey to come on in.
Well.
Yeah.
Be the supportive friend.
Yeah, the supportive friend.
Do you need a shoulder?
Supportive friend in the bedroom.
I'm a nice guy.
I'm not in a gang.
You
by the way, I'm
just
Spider-Man.
a nice guy.
Yeah. Broken hearts abound. Fulya, how are you feeling about Lonnie's fastening descent into darkness?
I don't like it. I'm just like, he was such a great character to begin with. Like, when the season started, he was this just nice, cool dude who is smart, who was really keeping up with his studies, and he loved football. And all of a sudden, because of one little mistake his kid brother decided to make, it all just disintegrated. And now his life has turned bad, because I feel like his way of thinking is that everybody sees me as this bad person, then why don't I just turn into one? Right? Because of the whole, like, you see that little bit of the racism that comes into one of the episodes where we have a police car following him for no reason whatsoever, and people not being friends with him for whatever other reasons. And it's really sad that he thinks that, well, if everyone's gonna feel that way about me, I might as well just be the person that everybody thinks I am. And I have this suspicion that now that they're looking for Doc Ock and they want this tech, that maybe Lonnie is going to turn into some supervillain with the tech, kind of like what happened with Scorpion. I don't know, but given the fact that Doc Ock has now been captured by law enforcement and Iron Man, I don't know what's going to happen specifically in terms of where they're going to get the tech now that it's all been seized. I'm sure we'll figure that out at some point. What if Brainwave right now? What if Norman Osborn starts doing that? Kind of swoops into Doc Ock's territory and starts selling tech to people. I don't know. Even though that's not what he was all about, I maybe
mean,
that's where he becomes the Green Goblin. I don't know.
I mean, maybe. I mean, it's not outside the realm of possibility, because whatever's going to happen to him going forward, we don't know. But something could happen that could potentially lead him down a path of, like, he becomes the Goblin, and he finds a new type of power.
Yeah.
And therefore, he seeks a new type of respect that he will only find amongst other villains like him.
Yes.
So, potentially, that's a way they could take it. So, yeah, you're right. He could definitely swoop in and go conveniently and and start to provide the villains of New York with his tech.
Yes.
And because it also could be a way to get back at Doc Ock.
Yes,
as well.
True.
So,
and that could also bring in your theory of the fact that, Lonnie and Spider-Man kind of facing off with each other. So
yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. Because, like, I could totally see Norman using Lonnie to, again, steer Peter away from finding out the truth about him.
Yes.
Like, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Lots going on with Lonnie, but
Juicy.
I don't know. It's not gonna end well, I don't think.
No.
Him.
No.
So, yeah.
No. Yes. Okay. I love everything you said, Fulya. That was great. Mike, let's close it up with your thoughts on Lonnie. It was kind of obvious this was kind of where he was headed, but it's still painful to kind of watch. What did you make of his turn here as he kind of, pushes everyone away?
It is pretty, like with the teenage drama. It definitely, for some reason, it just makes me think of Degrassi for some weird reason. But with superheroes, so it's the story that just is familiar, but with a comic book edge. So this is familiar for people of his ilk, of trying to do what's best, but falling into like those particular traps, and he doesn't seem to find anywhere out of it except for embracing it, because what else is there? You can't really do much. So he's lost his place on the team. He's not going to school. Lost his girlfriend, just to protect his family, and more or less to protect himself, because he is threatened if he does walk. So what other choice does he have? So yeah, it is sad, and yes, I do know what happens at the end, and I'm not saying anything. I just got poker face on, so you can have all your theories. I cannot confirm or deny.
You're doing it very well.
Thank you. I'm a very good liar. Or am I?
Well, I mean,
know
you
you're-
did say you're a classically trained actor, Mike. So.
Yes.
Oh, yes. I use it for evil. And you're a good liar too, Fulya. Because you're secretly a superhero, aren't you?
Well, you know.
And it's my
Yeah,
choice. It's my choice to know if you're lying to me.
It's my choice to tell you if I'm.
No.
superhero, you know?
I'm the friend now. I got friend privileges to know everything about you.
Yep.
How's that work?
Back at you, mate.
Yeah. They call me the gecko in Bendigo. The gecko from Bendigo. I solve crime by sticking to walls. Yeah. That's it for me, dog. I don't know.
Nice. No, that's great. That's great. Yeah. Well, I think that's. I don't really have anything else to add. I think we've covered everything. Any last nuggets you guys want to drop, or you're okay?
I love nuggets.
I just can't wait to see him in the red and blue spider suit.
Yeah. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun.
Tony's in this, so
yeah.
there is a Tony Stark in this.
There's a Tony Stark here. Yeah, I like. Yeah, we talked about it earlier, but I like what you said, sort of, Mike. How the Civil War events are playing in the background. We've talked about it.
I think it has happened.
Yeah, it's already happened. Yeah, but like just the Accords have been introduced, and now they're being enforced.
Now Tony's on call.
Tony's on call by the
Ross.
government. Yeah, exactly.
Like,
yeah,
hey,
no,
Tony.
I love it. I love the world building, and just again those reminders of how close this universe is to 616, the one we know, the MCU, and it's just a one flap of a butterfly wing away. It's great.
That's a thought.
Oh, brainwave.
Well, for the second season, because I know what happens in the last season. But would this run parallel with the end game? That would be interesting.
Yes. Yes.
For second season or third season, and we get and we go to Thanos, then we go to space.
Go to Thanos and the space. Yeah.
Who knows?
This
Anyway,
interesting. Okay,
food for
we'll
thought.
find out. We'll find out. There could be some interesting adventures with this version of Spider-Man to come. That's
I'm just
exciting.
saying, if it's running parallel with the universe that we know.
Oh yeah, no, we're headed there. You're right.
Yeah.
If it's that close, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
And then he gets snapped.
End
End of season.
I don't want to go, Nico. I don't want to go. Ugh, gross.
Oh yeah, she would be like the Scarlet Witch, maybe.
Yeah, maybe she could be a Nexus being. Who knows?
Yeah.
Well, at least we know what Daredevil's doing within Civil War. Minding his own business.
Yeah,
He's being a very good lawyer.
he's been a very good lawyer. He's a very good lawyer. Exactly. Exactly. All right, let's wrap it up there.
Yep.
Our thoughts on Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man episodes 6, 7, and 8. Duel with the Devil, Scorpion Rising, and Tangled Web. That was awesome discussion. Some great theories, some great points. I'm loving this show. It's wonderful. It's excellent. Cool. That's the podcast. That's Popcorn Culture. We're done. It's time to go. A 1, a 2, a 3. And
that
was a
was a
podcast,
podcast
called
called
Friend.
Friend.
Click. Remember to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, Blue Sky, for the latest free content.
If you'd like to listen to Fred the Alien, you can find us on SoundCloud, Spotify, or Apple Podcasts.
If you'd like to watch Fred the Alien, you can head over to youtube.com/Fred the Alien Productions. And if you're watching us right now, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon to be notified of future goodness. And if you're watching us live over on Twitch, make sure to give us a follow on the way out, twitch.tv/Fred the Alien Twitch.
Yes, I've been a Kendall Richardson.
I've been a Fulya and Michael.
And I've been the Toxic Avenger, Michaelista. He says in muffled voice.
And you just experienced
a podcast
called
Friend.
Remember to eat beef.
Remember, Freddy lives, Loki dies, the Doctor is in, and there's no more time for Firefly.
Kendall hates it so much.
I do.
I do.
I do.
Well, make sure to look after yourself and your mental health then.
Yes, no, I will. Thank you, Malia. Thanks for the check-in. And thanks for watching and listening, ladies and gators. And see.